Welcome to Be Free, a podcast that illuminates the pathway to true freedom. This is your host, Laura Jane Haver. I am a passionate freedompreneur and a freedom and empowerment coach, helping others heal and liberate themselves from the inside out so they can live an empowered life of deep fulfillment, true north alignment, and freedom. I am also here to support light leaders, paradigm shifters, change makers, and aspiring freedompreneurs who hear the call to create their own true north aligned, heart-centered, soulful businesses and share their authentic truth to serve their mission. Hello, welcome back. This podcast episode is a sequel to my last episode around living life on your own terms. Because as we choose to live life on our own terms, we have to ask ourselves, what is our guiding light? What is our inner compass? How do we know we're following a path that is aligned with our true north? And the answer is by following what lights you up and brings you true joy and fulfillment. To pursue what energizes you, inspires you, uplifts you, motivates you, and excites you. What are you excited to wake up and go out there and do and create? What are you so passionate about? What lights a fire within your heart? Because following this inner fire is how we're all meant to live. To be free is to follow what lights us up. We're not meant to be waking up and dreading the work we have to do, experiencing Sunday scaries or Monday blues. We're not meant to be looking forward to the end of the workday. We should be in such flow with what we're working on and what we're creating that we're fully appreciating the present moment and not hoping the day goes by faster so we can tap out. We're not meant to stay in situations where we feel totally tied down, anchored down, trapped, suppressed, drained, or unfulfilled. And especially if we have a feeling of dread in any way, that's like a big sign that we're out of alignment. That's our soul saying like, hello, wakey, wakey. This is not in alignment for you, and it's time to make a big change. Our feelings and sensations in our body and our emotional, mental, and physical well-being are always communicating to us what's wrong with our life situation, what is out of alignment. In my experience, when I was following what mainstream society labels as the right path, climbing the corporate ladder, doing work I wasn't passionate about, I physically experienced total depletion, restlessness, lots of anxiety, stress, and extreme burnout. And my emotional body felt so heavy. I was totally unfulfilled and uninspired, and I definitely had some work-induced depression. And my mind was racing all the time. I started feeling like I was going to explode. These were all signs that I was out of alignment and needed to make a big life change. When I decided to carve my own path as a trailblazer and live life on my own unconventional terms, I began to deeply heal from the inside out. My anxiety dimmed down. My mind calmed down. I felt so much lighter and at ease. My intuition became stronger, and I began to re-energize and de-stress. It actually felt intense at first getting back to equilibrium, but over time I felt so much better in my body and in my mind. And the more that I followed what lit me up, the better I felt. Our bodies are always guiding us. So if you can relate to anything I experienced, if you're in a situation, whether that's, lifestyle, a living situation, a job or career, a relationship, anything that is draining you, depleting you, anything that's unfulfilling and dimming that flame within you, if you feel anxious, really stressed, or depressed about any of these situations, it's time to make a change. And if you spend more time trying to pretend to be happy than being fully in your joy, you're out of alignment with your soul. It's just not worth staying in these so-so situations that don't align with your true north. Trying to convince yourself to stay there, feeling all of these uncomfortable, heavy feelings. And we all do this at some point in our lives. We settle for something, a job, living situation, relationship that is totally unaligned. And maybe it's because of fear, survival mode, insecurity, or self-doubt. And that's where we need to do the inner work to begin shifting and transforming our lives. We have to heal our limiting beliefs, our insecurities, our fears, and our doubts. And this is the work I do with my clients that I'm so extremely passionate about. As within, so without. Our inner world transforms our outer world. So if you can relate to these heavy feelings, tune into your body and tune into your heart. What is out of alignment? What are you holding on to? What are you clinging to? What anchors are holding you down? Why are you holding on? What doubts do you have? What fears? What beliefs do you hold that are trying to convince you to stay put in this situation? And also ask yourself, where are your values out of alignment with your highest vision and your greatest dreams and desires? I see so many people who are not lit up by their life because their values and highest visions do not match their current situation. For example, I value time and location freedom, so I will never work a 9-to-5 job again. It's just not in alignment with my values nor my mission. I like to work when I want to work from wherever I want to work in the world. I also have entrepreneurial visions that I know I'm here to bring to life, which is why I've been pursuing them. I also don't believe in outsourcing my value to a boss, and I don't believe in being measured by my on-paper performance. So those are my values, and I'm firm in my values, and my life is in alignment with those values. However, there are so many people just like me who want time and location freedom, and they value it. And they love to travel and maybe even have visions of their own online business. And they currently feel really unfulfilled and drained in their 9-to-5 job. But they're choosing to remain in that paradigm, settling, staying put, being tied down, feeling anchored down. And there's a total mismatch of energies when we aren't aligning with our values and visions. And it causes a lot of distress. And another example is that so many people are going after these jobs that look good on paper because they're more excited about how it looks on their LinkedIn profile and getting applause, and they care about the image of the job. The job title makes the ego happy, but their soul isn't aligned with the work. They don't even like the work. It's unfulfilling or draining, uninspiring. But people are choosing image over fulfillment. This happens all the time. Choosing an image of a job and fancy titles over actual joy, fulfillment, and inspiration that comes from the work itself. So, as you reflect on where you're experiencing misalignment in your life, how can you begin releasing what feels heavy and draining? How can you begin releasing what feels unfulfilling, uninspiring, and out of alignment with your soul? How can you begin following what lights you up and energizes you, what motivates you, fulfills you, and inspires you? How can you begin following what lights the fire within your heart? Because that's what life is all about. That is what we are here for, to live a lit up, joyful, deeply fulfilling life of alignment, abundance, and freedom. There is no right way in the rule books to live your life, although society will tell us and condition us that there is. The only right way to live life is to follow what lights you up. And that means letting your heart lead you instead of your ego, to follow your passion instead of following supposed to do's and societal rules, to pursue your true north instead of settling, to choose an unconventional path instead of conforming. It means taking risks instead of clinging to comfort. Following what lights you up requires self-leadership instead of following the crowd. You choose deep inner fulfillment over external approval and validation. You choose freedom over self-suppression and inner constriction. And you follow that inner fire instead of dimming down your dreams. And you choose true joy over pretending to be happy. You have the free will to choose to follow all that lights you up and bless and release all the heavy stuff, the misaligned stuff that tries to dim you down. Only you know the way by following the feeling. And with that, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so grateful for you. Until next time.